Top 10 European cities that are overtaken by immigrants in 2024. Immigration continues to reshape the landscape of Europe. In 2024, many cities are facing immense pressure as they struggle to cope with the rapid influx of immigrants. While immigration brings cultural diversity and economic opportunities, it also presents significant challenges for housing, public services, and social cohesion. In this video, we'll explore the top 10 European cities overtaken by immigrants in 2024 and the difficulties they face. Berlin, Germany. Berlin, Germany stands as a symbol of multiculturalism in Europe, home to a vibrant mix of people from all over the world. By 2024, over 25% of the city's population is of foreign origin, with large communities from Turkey, Syria, and Eastern Europe. This diversity enriches Berlin's cultural identity, infusing the city with global cuisines, traditions, and perspectives. However, this rapid growth has brought significant challenges. Berlin is currently grappling with one of its worst housing crises. The surge in population has caused a dramatic spike in housing demand, leading to skyrocketing rents. The pressure on public services is equally intense. Hospitals and schools are struggling to keep up with the growing population, particularly in districts with dense immigrant communities. Schools face difficulties integrating immigrant children, many of whom encounter language barriers and struggle to keep pace with native students. Neighborhoods like Neukölln and Kreuzberg have become flashpoints for social tensions. In these areas, anti-immigrant sentiments are growing as native Berliners increasingly feel the strain of overcrowded services and limited housing. Paris, France. Paris, France has long been a multicultural metropolis, attracting people from all over the globe. Today, immigrants make up around 20% of the city's population, with significant communities from North and West Africa, including Algeria, Morocco, and Mali. For many years, Paris prided itself on its ability to blend cultures and foster coexistence. Yet, in 2024, this model is under strain. The suburbs of Paris, known as the banlieues, have become emblematic of the challenges that come with integrating large immigrant populations. These areas are characterized by high levels of unemployment, poverty, and social exclusion. Many immigrant families in these neighborhoods struggle to find stable jobs, and the lack of economic opportunity has created a sense of frustration, especially among the youth. The relationship between immigrant communities and police forces is particularly fraught, with frequent reports of racial profiling and police harassment. This has led to a sense of alienation and distrust, particularly among younger generations. Protests and civil unrest are becoming more common, revealing the deep divisions that continue to plague parts of Paris despite efforts to promote integration. London, United Kingdom. London, often hailed as one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world, is a bustling hub of cultural and ethnic diversity. In 2024, nearly 40% of London's population is composed of immigrants from South Asia, Eastern Europe, Africa, and the Caribbean. These communities contribute to the rich tapestry of life in London, adding vibrancy to neighborhoods like Tower Hamlets, Southall, and Hackney. However, the city is feeling the pressure from such a large immigrant presence. Public services are stretched to their limits, with the National Health Service, NHS, in London facing unprecedented challenges. Hospitals are struggling with long waiting times, and healthcare workers are overwhelmed by the sheer number of patients they must attend to. In immigrant-heavy areas, schools are also straining to keep up with the influx of new students, many of whom require additional language support and help with integration into the school system. London's housing market is another significant issue. The city is already one of the most expensive places to live in Europe, and immigrants are often pushed into low-income, overcrowded areas where living conditions are poor. Brussels, Belgium. Brussels, the capital of Belgium and the European Union, is a city where diversity is celebrated on the surface. With approximately 60% of its population either foreign-born or of foreign descent, Brussels is one of Europe's most international cities. Immigrant communities, particularly from Morocco, Turkey, and former Belgian colonies in Africa like Congo, are vital contributors to the city's cultural and economic life. Yet, Brussels faces severe challenges due to the rapid growth of its immigrant population. Social segregation has become a prominent issue, with immigrant communities largely concentrated in neighborhoods like Molenbeek. This area has become synonymous with poverty, unemployment, and, increasingly, radicalization. These conditions have sparked concern among law enforcement and counterterrorism agencies, particularly regarding the potential for radicalization within disaffected youth. Beyond security concerns, public services in Brussels are struggling to keep up with the growing demand, with housing and education at the forefront of the crisis. Athens, Greece has been at the center of the European migrant crisis for years, serving as a primary entry point for refugees from the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. In 2024, the city is home to a large number of immigrants, particularly from Syria, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. While many immigrants initially intend to move to other European countries, border restrictions and EU policies have left a significant number stranded in Athens. This has led to a humanitarian crisis in the city. The housing situation in Athens is dire, with many immigrants living in overcrowded camps, makeshift shelters, or substandard apartments. Public services, particularly healthcare and education, are overwhelmed. Greece, still recovering from its financial crisis, is ill-equipped to handle the strain caused by this influx of people. Social tensions have escalated, especially in neighborhoods like Exarchia and Omonia, where crime rates have surged. The growing anti-immigrant sentiment in Athens is fueled by far-right political movements that blame immigrants for the city's economic and social problems. The divisions within the city are growing deeper as it struggles to accommodate the large number of immigrants it now hosts. Milan, Italy. Milan, Italy's financial capital, has long attracted immigrants seeking better economic opportunities. In 2024, immigrants make up around 20% of the city's population, with large communities from North Africa, Eastern Europe, and Asia. Milan's booming economy benefits from the labor provided by immigrants, but this economic success comes at a cost. One of the major challenges Milan faces is the rise of illegal immigration. Many immigrants live in the city without proper documentation, which has led to the growth of informal economies and the exploitation of immigrant labor in low-paying sectors like agriculture and domestic work. Additionally, housing is a persistent issue, with immigrants often living in overcrowded and poorly maintained apartment blocks, particularly in neighborhoods like Via Padova. The strain on public services is becoming more apparent as Milan's immigrant population continues to grow. Crime rates in immigrant-dense areas have risen, contributing to social tensions between immigrant communities and native Milanese residents. These challenges are exacerbated by the city's struggle to provide adequate healthcare and education for all its residents. Stockholm, Sweden. Stockholm, Sweden's capital, has experienced a sharp increase in immigration over the past decade. In 2024, around 25% of Stockholm's population consists of immigrants from the Middle East and Africa, with significant communities from Syria, Iraq, and Somalia. While Sweden's immigration policies have provided refuge to many, Stockholm is facing mounting difficulties in integrating its immigrant population. One of the most pressing issues is the rise of segregated neighborhoods where immigrant communities are concentrated in areas like Rinkeby and Tensta. These areas are plagued by high levels of unemployment, poverty, and crime. In some parts of the city, law enforcement struggles to maintain control, and crime rates are significantly higher than in other areas. The Swedish welfare system, known for its generosity, is also feeling the strain, particularly in healthcare and education services. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Amsterdam has long been celebrated for its tolerance and cultural diversity. In 2024, over 30% of the city's population is of immigrant origin, with significant communities from Turkey, Morocco, Suriname, and more recently, Syria. While Amsterdam has benefited from the cultural and economic contributions of its immigrant population, the rapid growth has created serious challenges for the city. The Dutch government has introduced policies to improve integration, but many immigrant communities still face difficulties in accessing quality education and employment opportunities. Social tensions are increasing as native Dutch residents feel the pressure of rising costs and overburdened services. While Amsterdam's tolerance remains a key part of its identity, the challenges it faces in 2024 are testing the city's ability to maintain social harmony. Vienna, Austria. Vienna, Austria is known for its historic architecture and cultural richness, but in recent years, it has also become a hub for immigrants from Turkey, Serbia, Afghanistan, and Syria. Immigrants now make up around 30% of Vienna's population, contributing to the city's diversity while also posing new challenges for integration. Social segregation is becoming increasingly apparent, with immigrant communities concentrated in districts like Favoriten. These areas are marked by high unemployment, poverty, and limited access to quality education. Many immigrants struggle to find stable jobs, leading to a growing sense of frustration and isolation within these communities. Public services in Vienna, particularly housing and education, are under immense pressure. The city is struggling to provide affordable housing for its growing population, and many immigrants are living in overcrowded conditions. Schools are also feeling the strain, with a large number of students requiring additional language support and integration programs. Madrid, Spain has become a major destination for immigrants, particularly from Latin America, North Africa, and Eastern Europe. In 2024, immigrants make up around 20% of the city's population, bringing with them a rich cultural diversity that has transformed Madrid into a vibrant and dynamic city. However, the rapid increase in the immigrant population has exacerbated Madrid's housing crisis. Many immigrants live in overcrowded and substandard conditions, with entire families squeezed into small apartments in working-class areas. Public services, particularly healthcare and education, are struggling to keep up with the growing demand, resulting in longer wait times for medical appointments and overcrowded classrooms. Social tensions in Madrid have also risen, particularly in neighborhoods where native Spaniards feel that they are competing with immigrants for limited resources. Anti-immigrant sentiments are becoming more visible, with protests and political movements calling for stricter immigration policies. Despite these challenges, Madrid continues to grapple with finding a balance between embracing its growing immigrant population and addressing the difficulties that come with such rapid demographic change.